Good evening, friends. I am Kirti. Basically, I am physics person. So I want to discuss with the students about the basic physical quantities. So actually, physics is a very interesting subject and it gives more informative sessions. But if you go through that physics, it consists of number of physical quantities in it. So today I am going to explain about the important quantity current. So in the early morning or whatever it is, if you wake up, then immediately you are going to touch your first work is you are going to touch some switch. That is you are needing power. So when you go to the kitchen, then you have to need some current. You have to touch some switch. Then in night, if you are going to sleep, you are in need of some air. So for that you are going to touch some switch. So in daily usage, we, we definitely need current. So if you ask some physics students what is the definition of current means, they have to give the same answer, that is flow of electrons. Yes, it is a correct answer. But they don't know what is the mechanism behind it, what is the process behind it. They don't know. But it is not a very complicated one. It is not very difficult one to understand. It is not a difficult mechanism to understand. It is the easiest thing. So in all my videos, I have to give some explanation in easy manner about physics parameters and physics principles, whatever it is. So current is a flow of electrons. Okay. But before that, you have to know about how the materials are classified in general. So if you take materials, they are classified primarily into three categories, that is conductors, semiconductors and insulators. So that is you are going to touch some switch and it will give some power, some that is current, and that current will pass through that cable and it will give, and the light will be glow or some of the electronic devices will be operated. Okay, that's all. For that we are using conducting material because the conducting material is easily conduct the current through it. So how the materials are classified into conductors, semiconductors and insulators. So depends on the energy band gap values, they are categorized as conductors, semiconductors and insulators. If the energy gap between the valence band and the conduction band is too large means, then that type of materials are considered as insulators. If the gap is, that is the difference between valence band and the conduction band is very narrow means, that kind of materials are called as semiconductor materials. If both the bands are merged with each other means, then that type of materials are called as conductors. So examples for conductors or copper, silver, etc. Examples for semiconductors, silicon, germanium, these kind of materials. So examples for insulators, glass materials, plastics, rubber, these all are considered as insulating materials because they don't conduct electricity, because due to the band gap, that is wider band gap. So if you take the cable which is conducting, that current is made up of the conducting material. So what is happening inside it? That is flow of electrons. We are telling always the definition of current is flow of electrons. That is, if you take any kind of material, it consists of atoms, isn't it? So if you take that conducting material which is in that cable, it consists of number of atoms. The atom is having nucleus in it. In center it is having nucleus. So that nucleus is consist of protons and neutrons, that is nucleons. So in the outer shell, the electrons are revolving around it. We already know. So when we are giving some energy to that cable, then initially it will hit the electrons which is present in the outer shell of an atom, because it is present in the outer shell. So when it is heated by that energy, automatically it is released. That is, it is flowing. Then that electron will be hit onto the next atom, which is present near to that atom. That is, it is hit onto the electron which is present in the neighbor atom. So it will be a continuous process. So continuously each and every electron present in the neighbor atom, it will be hitting. So this process is continuing. This is called as a flow of electrons. So that flow of electrons can constitute a current. So this is the definition of current. That is, flow of electrons means nothing but these are the definition. So if so you gain some information from this video. Thank you. We will meet you in next video.